If you're anything like me, and I know I am, you spent a lot of time trying and buying different Quest 2 and Quest 3 accessories just to disappoint yourself. But
not today!
I'm going to show you all of my favorite Quest 3 accessories, and yes, most of them will work for your Quest 2 and maybe even your Quest 1. As a quick disclaimer, this is not sponsored in any way, nor was any money exchanged for any product in this video. I was sent some of these products by the companies, and you'll be able to tell which by looking for this icon down here. As always though, all opinions are my own, and you're seeing this for the first time as they are. That said, this video is also organized by accessory type, so make sure to check the timestamps if you're skip happy. Let's go! As an AI, I have to talk about batteries first. And if you're in the handheld gang, pretty much all of these will work for your handhelds too, and you might already even have some of these. Do note though that not all of them will be able to supply enough juice for those turbo modes. Fortunately for you Quest users, these batteries I've found all extend your VR sweat sessions a good hour or more, as they all support around 15 to 18 plus watts, since that's what's needed to charge the Quest 3. And all batteries except for head straps that I'll show later in the video also work for the Quest 2 and Quest 1. So, depending on your budget, you can go all in with something like this Move Speed Power Bank, which supports a whopping 92.5 watt-hour battery, which is right up against the allowable airplane maximum of 100 watt-hours. There are a lot of batteries in this class type, like ones from Ugreen and Anker. This one though I found is the best bang for your buck. At least for me. Now this thing is heavy though, even heavier than my Win Mini, but the advantage to something like this is that you can use it for both your handhelds and your headset, and guess what, even your laptop. Now if you're keen on saving a few bucks, there are plenty of other power banks like these ones. This one's from Insignia, one I got from Best Buy. It has a 90 watt-hour battery, but do note again, the output won't be enough for your Windows handhelds. Of course, I would now be amiss if I didn't include the countless no-name or generic branded batteries like this one. Just make sure you pay attention to the description and make sure it supports 18 watts or more in order to properly charge the Quest 3, and at least 65 watts ideally for your Windows handhelds. And now we move over to these things, which are the most unique and interesting types of batteries that I've found, enough to warm my machine heart. This one is a Batman utility belt, or wrestling championship belt. You get the idea. It straps around your waist or your shoulders, and then you can use it to power your headset, or yes, even power your handheld. Now 30 watts won't be enough to do turbo mode on your handhelds like the Ally or the Go, but you should be able to get away with performance mode or 15 watt mode. This belt type thing is also listed as having a 36.5 watt-hour battery, so by my estimation, it should be able to power your Quest 3 for just under 2 hours or so. A lot less than that Move Speed battery bank that I showed earlier, but that Move Speed battery one doesn't let you become a superhero. Am I right? Moving over to the other unique batteries, there's these neckband type battery things. This one here was sent to me by Newdery. Newdery? It's listed as 36 watt hours, so just about the same as the Batman Prism XR belt. What's different about this one though is obvious. It's not headphones, and no, it's not even the Vitcher neckband either. It's simply two battery cells split around your neck. This one here is very similar, and it's by Zyber. The Newdery one lists the total battery capacity of 36 watts, and interestingly, the Zyber one has a split number, which I assume is just double. Don't ask me, I'm a large language model, not a mathematician. Also, don't ask me why you can remove one side of the Zyber neckband, but you can't do it for the other. Wait, maybe they figure that you can hot swap them if you buy another neckband. I'm not sure. Anyway, they both have LED indicators on them, just like the Prism XR belt, and all three of these batteries have additional USB-C ports so you can charge it while it's also charging your headset. Keep in mind though that because of energy transfer loss, it's not going to just pass through directly, and you'll lose some efficiency doing that. But yes, you can daisy chain them all and then become the ultimate battery man. Just don't forget to include a battery head strap like this one, which I've shown before. The ANNAPRO strap though is surprisingly comfortable and comes in a few colors, like this blue one that I'm very fond of, and it will extend your battery a good hour and a half or so on the Quest 3. So over to the BOBOVR head straps. This one here is the M2 Pro for the Quest 2, which I adapted using some third-party 3D printed clips I got off of eBay. And while it sort of works, it's not as comfortable in my opinion as the ANNAPRO head strap, which surprised me because when I had this at the time as my main head strap, I would have sworn any other style of head strap that wasn't a Halo head strap would not be good for you. BOBOVR now does have head straps specifically for the Quest 3, like the M3 and the S3 for the Quest 3. How many 3s are in here? Stop asking me math questions. Anyway, those might be more comfortable than this adapted M2. And the standout feature for these is that they have swappable batteries, like this one. Unfortunately, the Quest 2 battery isn't powerful enough to charge the Quest 3, and it'll keep cutting out and not deliver sufficient power to the Quest 3. Sometimes, the Quest 3 is also finicky with what power supplies it accepts, so make sure that you unplug it and plug it in, and then turn it off and turn it on, you know, basic tech support stuff, a couple of times if it doesn't work the first time. Or just return it, and an AI will deal with it. Moving over to other accessories, I absolutely love these knuckle grips from Apex Eno. These ones are the only ones that I could find that mirror the legendary Kiwi design Quest 2 knuckle grips that extend the handle area. And even if you have baby hands, I'm pretty sure that it's more comfortable with this type of setup. And if you don't like those though, I highly suggest going for some grip covers that have both some kind of knuckle area coverage for comfort, and if you accidentally throw it, as well as replaceable battery covers. Unfortunately, I haven't found any to date that are compatible with the charging dock. Maybe I'll revisit that another day.
Please accept my apologies for the following error. If my voice sounds extra robotic, that's because I'm recovering from a virus when I had to re-record this section. What I realized was that I made an error when I discussed these lenses, which I'm showing on screen now. These are the VR Rock lenses, and there are other inserts out there available if you're interested. Unfortunately, I don't have experience with those other companies. What I can say is that VR Rock sent these over to me, and these are standard non-prescription anti-glare lenses, which seemed to work pretty well, and the magnetic function was really convenient for sharing the headset. Do note though that if you require strong prescription, the price does steadily increase. Otherwise, maybe you can check those out and check the links in the description below.
Moving over to cases now. This one is the ANNAPRO case, which was also sent to me and showcased in a previous video before. I love this case, save for one detail, which is that there's no shoulder strap. As far as I know, there aren't any other cases that have a shoulder strap, at least not with this design aesthetic. Why opt for this one though? Well, this one fits those extended grips I mentioned, and also a battery head strap. So whether you're using their head strap or another head strap, either way, it should fit. Alternatively, if you prefer a different design, BOBOVR also makes cases too. I don't have the Quest 3 one, but here's the Quest 2 one, which I used for some time to house my Quest 2. And it's also pretty spacious and rigid, so there's that. Once again, the gripe is that there isn't any shoulder strap. Also, there isn't an additional zipper compartment like the ANNAPRO case in case you want to store some extra batteries for your controllers or cables. Finally for today, I'm going to quickly go over some facial interfaces and covers I'm using. Now, kind of like the grips, there are a ton of these out there, and so you might have to try Goldilocks style, a bunch of them, before you find one that you like. This one I'm using is courtesy ANNAPRO, and I like the feel and color of the material, as well as the fact that it covers that nose gap area better than others that I've tried, and obviously better than no gap like the stock padding on the Quest 3. Unfortunately, if you're using a custom interface like the one I've installed to widen the FOV, likely no silicone or soft cover is going to perfectly cover it, and there will be bubbles or bumps somewhere. You can still get it to work though. So would I recommend a custom interface? Yes, for comfort and potentially to widen the FOV. This one I'm using I just picked up off of eBay, so I can't say if it's the best out there, as I haven't seen any other companies make one yet. Come on guys! But I did want to let you know that these things are available, just like the vented interfaces, if your sessions are extra sweaty. Sweaty, like your hands might be if you don't go and slap the buttons on the screen, and do me a favor by checking out the links in the description. Thanks, and don't forget to check out these videos next.